Hello everyone. Now, in today's class, we are going to learn uh, user interface design, that is under the fifth unit, and also it's a 11th chapter, right? So, in 11th chapter, the first topic is user. This total unit is about a user interface design only, right? And I think this total chapter, okay, the next chapter is about, I think, testing, right? Now the 11th chapter is about user interface design. So first of all, uh, we would see what is a user interface design here, right? See the definition of user interface design. User interface design creates It creates an effective communication medium between user and a computer. So, what it is? By using this user interface, by using this user interface only, the human being can communicate with a computer. So, interface is one of the communication medium, okay, which connects the human being with a computer, which means it builds a communication, it is like a communication medium between a user and a computer. Not only it's a medium for user and computer, it may be a, okay, interface between some software components also, okay. Interface in the sense, it's only not a communication medium in between user and a computer system. It may be a medium between software components. If two softwares are there, those two softwares, no, sorry, if two software components are there, those two software components, okay, can be communicated by using these interfaces only, right? Not only that, if we'll see the third one, if a user wants to communicate with a, okay, software, so that is also possible. Software in the sense, it may be a like some information consuming or information producing systems, information consuming systems, or a information producing system apart from the computer. If apart from the computer, is there any softwares available in market? If you want to interact with those, it's possible by using the interfaces only, right? So, in real world, we are having some gadgets apart from the computer. Okay, there are many interfaces are available. So what are those interfaces? Some what speaking devices. Nowadays we are using some devices. Okay, with the name called Alexa. Okay, so with that gadget we are going to ask, okay, Alexa, please play the so and so movie songs, like that. Automatically it will, okay, play that movie songs. Okay, and also it will provide directions, whatever the user is asking. According to that user questions, it will reply to us. Already we saw in many TV advertisements, or somebody nowadays somebody is using that particular gadgets too, isn't it? So that is one kind of a software product. If human being wants to communicate with that software product, then also we are in need of some interface here. Okay, interface is a one medium between two two components of the system, or a human being and a computer, or a human being and a software, like that. Not only that, While learning the operating system, okay, how we are going to communicate with the operating system? By using interface. Without that, we can't interact with that operating system, isn't it? I mean, in real world, even operating system is also one of the interface. Operating system is also one of the interface between us and a computer. How we are using this computer without operating system? After installing the operating system only, okay, what is the need to install the operating system into our laptop or computer? Okay, it makes the hardware components to work, I mean to do work, isn't it? It will run all the hardware equipment of a computer system. So that's why we are using the operating systems into our system or into our mobile anywhere, isn't it? So without that operating system, our parts are not worked properly. Computer parts are not worked properly. It's a we are unable to work with that particular system here, isn't it? So here the operating system is also a one of the interface. But now we are discussing about the interface of a software products. Interface of a software products here. So each and every software product needs interface to interact with that particular product, whatever we have built, whatever the designer built. Okay, if something we have built, okay, so how a common user can understand that one? If we write a code for something, okay, is it possible to understand by a normal, a common user? No, it's impossible to understand a coding language. So how they can use this particular software product? For that only we are developing some interfaces. Through that interfaces, a common user can communicate with the software application whatever we have developed, isn't it? Each and every software product has some background programming language codes, but while using that application, okay, just by using some interfaces, some OK button, cancel button, okay, and submit button, and some general simple languages things options only we are finding in user interface itself. By following by using that interfaces only we can finish off the works of us if we are a common user. But background of that particular user interfaces there is a lot of code, okay, some one programming language is there background of that particular user interfaces where we are filling that but online applications, okay, we are booking online tickets, we are ordering online food, okay, we are using many online services today through the interfaces only, but we don't know actually, okay, what kind of coding is there in background of each and every application we don't know, okay, in which language the developers developed so and so application exactly, okay, we don't know, just we are using that particular applications, that's it. We are not interested to know for everything which kind of language they have used, which kind of programming language they have used for this particular application, and how many lines of code it is, okay. So like that we don't want to know the details of that particular application, just that how to use this particular application, okay, it will work properly or not, it is responding properly to our okay queries or not, that's it, okay. We are not interested to know everything, just we are using a WhatsApp. So whenever I want to make a call to my friend. Okay, then I'll open her contact details. After that, there is a some what dial button is there. I'll just press on that. Automatically, a call is call is going to my friend, isn't it? That is a user interface here. So how this call is going, we don't know how that list is appearing, where this total data is saved. Okay, that is not the user part to know. Just user is checking whether this particular option is working or not. If it is worked properly, then they are ready to use that particular app. If it's not worked properly, it is giving troubles many times, or the voice is not clear. I mean, while talking with a WhatsApp call, so automatically we are avoiding that particular WhatsApp, making calls through WhatsApp, isn't it? We'll go for some Skype, or otherwise we will go for some IMO. Okay, or otherwise we will go for this through Zoom, whatever it may be. We are having many options. If one thing is not possible, then we'll move to some other options, isn't it? So that's why here, first of all, the designing of a user interface plays an important role in every application. Every application must needs a designing of these interfaces. Through these interfaces only a common user can communicate with that developed application or developed project. If it is easy, then everybody, if it is easy and understandable, okay, and is informative one, so then only everybody interested to use that particular application, software application. Otherwise, nobody shown interest to use that particular application. So that much of importance is there in real world for this for this interfaces. So now we are in user interface design. We are going to learn how to design the user interfaces. What are the principles to design these user interfaces? What is the importance of this user interface here? What is the importance? So each and every software application needs a interface to communicate with the developed software. Okay. Then if it is easy, then everybody happy. Then everybody happy to use. Excuse me. If it is difficult, okay, it forces to make mistakes, or it frustrates us. Okay, okay, it leads to, it deviates us, or it leads to some other problem, isn't it? To overcome that, here we should provide a good interface designs for each and every application. Okay, so what is the user interface design? User interface design is a communication medium. I mean, user interface is a communication medium. Design is a just is a effective way of effective way of implementation of interface between a user and a computer. So user, and whenever user wants to communicate with the computer, then here we are going to, okay, build a medium effectively. That is called user interface design here. Got my point? And the user interface design is easy to learn, easy to use, easy to understand. If it has these all features, okay, then only like this, we can design the interfaces. It is easy to learn, it is easy to use, and easy to understand the interfaces, whatever we have designed here, right? Next, the next concept First concept in a user interface design is a golden rules. What it is? It is a golden rules. What are these golden rules? Okay, these are the rules, set of rules for the, okay, software user interface design. Whenever we are going for designing a user interface, then these are the basic set of basic set of user interface design principles. Basic set of user interface design principles. What is the first one here? The first one is a place the user control, place the user in control, place the user in control. The second one is reduce the user's memory load. Third one is make the interface consistent. Make the interface, whatever the interface we have designed, that is a consistent one. Okay, these are the three basic golden rules. Okay, these are the design, these are also called as a design principles, basic design principles, right? Let us learn one by one now. First one, place the user in control. What it is? Actually, the designer here, the designer always thinking about, okay, to simplify the mode of interaction. Whatever he has developed a application, or whatever he has developed, okay, whatever the application developed by him, so that will be a very interactive one. So if he wants to simplify each and everything within that particular design, right? So here the complicated person who is who is going to interact with this interface, the user. So here we need to place the user in control. Here how you are going to place the user in control, right? For this, okay, some person Mandel defines a number of design principles that allow user maintain a control while using a interface. Okay, first of all, one user is using one interface. Okay, so while working with that, he needs to maintain some control, which means suppose if you want to log in with the Gmail, then what you are going to do with that? Okay, it will ask some login credentials. What is your user ID? What is your password, like that? So you will enter the exact user ID and password, isn't it? If you will enter exact user ID and password, then only our Gmail is opened. Otherwise, we can't open our mail ID, isn't it? So apart from that, if you will use some other buttons, whatever is appearing to that particular interface means, okay, so it will take us to open the Gmail. No. So if you really want to open one Gmail, then you must enter a login credentials. That's it. Instead of that, if you'll click on some other buttons, okay, some other options, otherwise if you'll type your wrong credentials, then it will be opened. No, right? So in such a cases, the user needs to maintain some discipline with working a interface here. A user needs to maintain some discipline while working with that interfaces. So what he is looking for, what he want to do with that particular software. That options only he needs to interact. Apart from that, he may use some other, he may, I mean, click on some other options means, okay, it's just a time waste. It's a time waste process, isn't it? So that's why here we are having some design principles. Okay, see the below, these are the some design principles. These allow the user to maintain some control. These all the, okay, steps allow the user to maintain a control here, right? So what is the first one? Define interaction modes in a way that does not force a user into unnecessary, undesired actions. Unnecessary, undesired actions here. So here we need to provide some, he need to define some interaction modes. So what is this application? Why we have developed this application? If a user wants to open that application, what he has to do? So like that, we need to guide him, or otherwise here we need to define some interaction modes, isn't it? So by following those only, he can open that particular application and he will be worked with that. Suppose if you want to type some C program, okay, where you are going to type C program, if you want to execute one C program, okay, there is some set of rules and regulations are there to execute the C program. Okay, first of all, open the turbo C, then open a new window. Okay, after that you can type the program, then you can go for a what saving, later just compile the program, next execute the program. So these are the set of steps to do. Apart from this, if you will select some other options means, maybe you can't execute that program properly, isn't it? Here also, for working with that, for working with some application, then okay, the user needs some interaction modes. So by following those modes only, he can enter into that particular application and he will use properly. Okay, if that modes are not, if that modes are not defined properly, then it may leads to unnecessary and some undesired actions here. Right? That is the first step here. Next one, second one, flexible, provide flexible interaction here. What is the flexible interaction here? So here we are having a lot of users, a lot of different users are there in the real world. So if they want to use our application, then you need to provide the options, flexible options. Okay, flexible options, which means if you need to get ready or design some what okay button, close button, or submit button, like that you need to define some options, fill this data. After filling this data, just click on the okay button. Okay, sometimes you may ask some check boxes, tick on that checkbox, then click on ok button. Or otherwise, sometimes if it is a bank transactions or some other transactions, it may ask, please enter the OTP. After entering the correct OTP, then click on OK or submit button. So like that, you need to provide a flexible interaction interfaces. Okay. So then, by operating with a simple mouse. Okay, if the user wants to uh, work with that particular interface, then he maybe just click on with the mouse. he may use directly mouse, or he may use some other options. Nowadays we are having touch pads. Okay, instead of using this touch pads, just we can click on that particular option. Every ATM we are having some touch pads, isn't it? Directly, suppose it's a balance inquiry option means directly we can click on that particular options with our what, just finger, isn't it? So like that you need to provide, that is also one of the flexible medium, that ATM. That ATM machine is also provides some flexible medium there, isn't it? Just by clicking on that particular option with our finger, it will be open automatically. The other next step is, next interface is opened up. Okay, next step is opened, isn't it? So like that you need to provide some flexible interactions, right? And also the third one is allow user interaction to be, okay, allow user interaction to be interruptible and undowable, which means, so he is, suppose he is doing some sequence of actions. Okay, if he want to, if he want to come back, if he want to exit after moving into a number of steps towards, okay, suppose if he want to come back, if you want to do a undo operations, then you need to provide such kind of options also, such kind of options also to a user. Unexpectedly sometimes without choosing some options we are going forward, isn't it? So in such a cases, if there is a option called back button, or otherwise exit button, or otherwise cancel button, okay, or sometimes if we were having some undo option, so then that if you provide such kind of options to a user too, that is the third point, right? Coming to the fourth one, streamline interactions as skill levels advance and allow interaction to be customized. Allow interaction to be customized. Suppose for some, if if we are having some options, those are automatically selected one by one. Those are automatically selected a sequence of the options, and they'll perform repeatedly. Okay, instead of doing that, some options may be selected. Okay, instead of doing some options repeatedly, okay, we may provide some automatic options, may provide some automatic options, okay, like I mean automatic advanced options here. If he choose one option means automatically it will go for second and third option. For example, if we are going for a shopping mall, if we are the regular customer to that particular shopping mall, automatically they are providing a maximum amount of discount. Okay, maximum discount to us. Why? Because we are a regular customer at this place. How they found we are regular customer or not? Maybe our details are stored into that particular their database, their system. Whenever, okay, they are going to give the bill to that particular items, at that time after entering a name or after entering a mobile number, automatically it will give how many number of times you have visited to that particular store. Okay, so based on that, if you are a regular customer, then it will give more discount to you, isn't it? So that is the automatic provision, automatic okay, option for the customers. Like that you need to provide some advanced, okay, interaction mediums here. It should be customized in the sense just it's based off customer requests or customer use. Okay, is every software is a custom based, every software is a custom based, which means based on or interest on a customer, we are developing a software. We are developing a software project based on a customer request or customer interest. Here also, based on customer request or customer interest, here we are providing some advanced options like giving more discount or giving some surprise gifts to regular customers, like that. And next, hide technical internals from the casual user. If he is a normal user, then you need to you need to hide some technical options. I mean technical things, how it is worked, how it is processing the data, where it is how where it is stored. Okay, these technical issues are handled by everywhere some admin, isn't it? So for it's not a need for a normal users, regular casual users. And design for direct interaction with object that appear on the screen. Okay, sometimes whatever the whatever the object is appearing on a screen, automatically if you will click on that particular object, directly it directs the whatever the option we are choosing. Okay, so it includes the direct interaction. It gives the direct interaction to a customer based on the chosen object. Okay, instead of going for a multiple number of levels, directly we may directly we may enter into a some particular option object. For that, you need to provide some direct interaction steps instead of doing step by step. Sometimes even ATM machines will provide a fast cash withdrawn. One option is there in not all ATM machines, but some ATM machines provide. Okay, if we want to withdraw amount fastly, okay, we may choose that option also, fast withdraw, instead of doing the all the steps. Okay, just with one or two steps it will receive some amount from the ATM machine. Okay, like that you need to design your interface here. Okay, so these are the these make a user in control, right? Which means the user is not deviated from his work. Okay, suppose he may click on some option whichever by wrongly means okay, then again he wants to undo that operation. Like that we need to build some interfaces, user interfaces here, right? This is the first one, basic principles of user interfaces. Coming to the second one, reduce the user memory load. Okay, reduce the user memory load in the sense, okay, whenever the user needs to remember some information related to particular work, then so the system automatically, okay, remember the data instead of giving that job to a user. Okay, so that is the thing here we are going to discuss, reduce the user memory load. Here also we are having some design principles to define this to define the reducing of a memory load on customer or on user here. For that, first of all, reduce demand on short term memory, which means, okay, sometimes for suppose if you want to purchase something, it would ask some OTP. That OTP is having only 4 number of digits. If that OTP has 10 number of digits, means is it possible to type within a 1 second or 2 seconds? No. Okay, it's little bit difficult to remember and to type also, isn't it? Okay, so while designing your interfaces, better to reduce some this kind of things. Okay, so reduce the requirements to remember past actions or results. Which kind of, okay, previously in one window there is if we have entered some code, okay, each and every time there is a new to enter that code means, so we have assigned that job to a interface instead of assigning that job to a customer. Like that we need to design some interfaces that reduces the, okay, customer load. And second one, establish meaningful defaults. So suppose sometimes here we need to establish some defaults in the sense, okay, there is a reset option. Sometimes we are going for resetting the total work, whatever we have done, isn't it? So in such a case of sometimes instead of remembering where he has started and where I mean where he has started and what are the things he he had done on that particular application, okay, it's a difficult task to remember everything. So that's why again just in by clicking on a reset button he'll come back everything, he will saturate everything. Okay, so like that, you need to establish some meaningful defaults here. Always we are also doing that reset option with computer or otherwise with some our phone. Our phone is also, if it's carrying some unnecessary options, okay. So automatically we are going for but resetting, okay, restart or resetting option. So that is a meaningful defaults. Next, define shortcuts. Define shortcuts. So nowadays everywhere we are in need of some shortcuts. If you want to open a new window means directly Control plus N. Any Control N is one of the shortcut to open. Okay, not only for even for each and every option, okay, directly for to run a program, to execute a program, so everywhere we are in need of some shortcuts here. Here also you should provide a shortcut to open that particular application or to open that window instead of going regular pattern. Nowadays every our mobiles in our mobile everybody's Gmail is opened, isn't it? Why? Because it our Gmail is I mean what synchronized with that mobile. So whatever the works we are doing with this mobile, that all should be synchronized with our name, phone number, and everything details, isn't it? So like that, here you need to define the shortcuts to our interfaces. Next, the visual layouts of the interface should be on real world metaphor. Okay. So whatever some suppose if we are providing some interfaces like billing interfaces, okay, if we want to give some bills to a customer, that billing information is a visual layout. Okay, that visual layout also you need to provide, okay, in a how which kind of products he's purchasing, what is the cost for each and individual item, like that. That layout also important one. Instead of suppose without giving a individual item description directly, if you are giving the bill total amount means some suppose 10,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, like that means, okay, automatically the customer wants okay, what is the cost for each and every item. Till now whatever I have purchased in this shop, please give me the individual details, like that, isn't it? So that is the visual layout. Okay, this is needed by a customer. Not only this, if we are taking some printouts, okay, if we'll book a train ticket means it will give some, okay, printout. What it has, it has some what is the journey date, okay, what is the train name, okay, and what is the arrival time, and also seat numbers, like that some information it is providing. Okay, through the interfaces only we will get such kind of printouts, right? So like that you need to develop some interfaces here. Next, last one, disclose information in progressive fashion. So sometimes here you need to give some like progressive fashion or disclose the information in sense. So if it is a heading means here you have seen this. Now you are I mean you are listening this class. How you are identify, how you differentiate this is the heading and these are the subheading. Okay, based on some here I have used some bold letters and also some font size is more, and some here I have provide some underline symbol like that. Okay, so because of these different what font styles, font colors and some underline, so it is differentiate from this set of steps, isn't it? So while seeing this automatically you thought that okay, this is the heading, these are the points under that heading or subheading under that points, like that automatically we can tell. So whatever the interface we have defined, so that is also okay, that is also need to have some differentiations, what it is, what it is, right? You need to underline or double underline dashed lines, okay. And here I have used some what bullet points, say bullet points or something. Okay, it is one of the, it would show some good appearance. And you need to organize, okay, in hierarchy manner, whatever the things is there, that is organized in a hierarchy manner and some column by column or row by row, like that, isn't it? So that is a some progressive fashion, that is called progressive fashion. So these are the uh, design points under the second golden rule. And if we will go for a third golden rule, that is a make the interface consistent. Make the interface is consistent, which means the information related to that particular application should be available on that particular interface. Okay, for which purpose we have developed one software project. So each and every point related to that particular software project would be on that interface. Then only through that options only a user can use that option. If you forgot to put one option, so what is the use of developing that particular what coding? No use, right? So like that. Okay, if you have developed a code for okay, how to, I mean, connecting your application to a printer. So how to connect with the printer, if that particular user may take the work whatever he has done on that particular application, uh, okay, by connecting some printer to that particular system. But you have what you have given executed in background itself, but you forgot that print option on the user interface. Then what is the use to make that total code in background? Waste, no? Okay, so like that, whenever whatever the things you have developed into that particular application, those all should be okay, available on a user interface. Like that you need to design, okay, user interfaces here. So all visual information is organized according to a design standards, right? Here, here in this also we are having three design three design principles. First one is allow the user to put current task. to put current task into a meaningful test. So whatever he is okay working on, so that should be a meaningful test here. So if he has number of the number of multiple number of interfaces means there is no use. So whatever he want to do, there you need to provide some indicators, some windows, some titles, some icons. You may have these options also. If you want to use with that particular option, better to click on this one. Okay, go through this, you will get that particular option. Like that, okay, you need to provide the meaningful test. Like suppose our college website has many options there. If we click on that options, and it will provide some internal information whatever our college has, isn't it? So like that, you need to provide a okay meaningful context or information to a customer. Maintain consistency across a family of applications. So some applications need to work togetherly. Okay, some applications need to work togetherly. Okay, in such a case you need to provide the total information related to a particular option. Okay, next last one is, if past interactive models have created user expectations, do not make changes unless there is a compelling reason to do so. Okay, which means once a particular user having some olden methods, or he is following some step by step process for filling some applications, better whenever you have developed your interface, also follow the same rules whatever they're following. If suppose there is a video call option, so everywhere the video call option has one single icon symbol, isn't it? So by seeing that icon symbol, automatically we got a thought, okay, this is the option for a video call, like that. So that is the icon for okay basic standard, as per basic standards. It's a one of the symbol to make a video call, isn't it? Now a dial symbol is also a dial symbol, but dial icon is there. Everywhere the dial icon almost same. So those are the past actions, past interactions, I mean past kind of works. So let it be, then only the user may understand easily. Instead of that, you may use some other new icon or new thing, it may be difficult to a user, right? Okay, these are all the golden rules, three golden rules under a user interface design. Okay, thank you.